Hello, this is teddygaming and welcome back to another review. And to this one, we're going to be reviewing the IDW tmnt The Last Ronin issue 5. So yes, finally after nearly 8 months, we've finally got the final conclusion to this epic soul story. And I don't know how I feel about this one. And I feel like the review might help me process my thoughts on this issue, as I want to like it, and there are definitely elements that I do really enjoy about this issue. However, there are some elements that really stand out that really make this issue it's all bad in quite a few areas. But yeah, so yeah, let's get into this one. Yeah. Okay, so there's about two stories which we're gonna be talking about. I'm gonna go over the first one, which is just Casey Marie Jones go and help April, because after they stopped Stockman in the last issue, there's now a big flood and it's gonna kill April, but April is trying to stop it from like flooding everywhere. And there isn't really too much to this story. I felt like this was like they're trying to make this out to be like such a big thing in the comics, and I thought, yeah, it was like a very big stake because, oh, they're going to lose the lair, April could die, Casey might die, and I thought, yeah, that was cool, but like at the same time, they were really taking away from the ongoing main story with Mikey and Oracle Hiroto. So, as much as I liked it, I do feel like this one was probably a quite bad sub-story to put in the final issue for a story like this. And like the thing is, this story never really goes anywhere other than like there's a big flood and they stop it, and it just comes off as sort of bad, and I don't really like it too much. And it's more or less just like a way to just make the story more about Oracle Hiroto versus Mikey, which is not generally a bad thing, but it does a case why bother like introduce these characters in the first place, as when you really look back on it, they sort of didn't really serve much of a purpose for the story. And this issue really just goes to show it, as they didn't really provide anything for it other than just splitting up the story and make the main one go on for just a little bit longer than we should have. But saying that, talking about the ongoing story, oh boy, is that something is really good actually. I was really surprised. I was sort of hoping that like it was not going to let down, and to my surprise, it did not let down. It just kept getting better and better. And it sort of had like this, the same vibes from issue 1, where like it was just action packed, and like as the story went forward, it just kept getting better and better. But for the characters, it just kept getting worse and worse. And there was like some like really big similarities you can make with like the Dark Knight, which is, I guess, it's sort of like the story which is sort of based on. And especially like the final fight scene where Mikey is fighting Oracle Hiroto in the mud. That is like, for me, I haven't read that story or watched the movies, but like, I'm pretty sure that is like a real direct reference to the all with finding the mud thing. So, yeah, so with the actual main bit, we've got Mikey finding Oracle Hiroto after fighting like a couple of hundred of regular foot ninjas, and just going through them and killing them all. He then fights crows and some big armor guys, but it takes them out pretty easily. And then he just goes up against Hiroto. God, that name gets harder and harder to speak every time. But still, he just goes off and kills Cry, which I sort of found it a bit pointless, as why even have the character in there in the first place. As I really did think that like maybe Cry could like tie into the story or have like a big impact on the story or something like that. But to my surprise, there wasn't really anything with her. So again, I found her character to be a bit just like, why even have her in the story in the first place other than that issue 2 bit. So yeah, but like Oracle Hiroto gets a, you know, I'm just gonna call him Hiroto. He gets a nice set of armor, which is more or less like nanotech sort of stuff with but for a shredder. And I really did enjoy his look. It did look really cool. I feel like a cape or like a belt sort of thing, sort of like or like the shredder normally has. I thought that would have worked really well with his costume. But other than that, I thought his costume was really amazing. And so the two start fighting. They go from building to streets to sewers, and then to like the ocean, I guess. I felt like the fight was quite cool, really good and amazing. There was definitely some highlight moments, like Mikey using his nunchuckers for the first time in the series. Well, I think it's the first time. Who knows? But I feel like this fight was pretty good. there was again, I feel like it was really amazing. However, the one big thing that held this fight back was the fact that well, we haven't really had much time to have like a connection with like Hiroto. So his character felt a bit weird to have like this big showdown, when in reality we haven't really got much to connect with his character. So I feel like his character was probably a bit too weak on the side of development, and I didn't really care too much about this fight, but like I cared enough because like, it was a big fight and all that. But Hiroto's still stuff, it still felt a bit pointless. Like had we had a bit more of a connection, or just seen him do more like during like issue 3 and 4 to actually build up like a big connection and make him out to be this big like threat, I feel like this would have been like a bit more impactful for a fight, but it just felt a bit weak, I guess. But the general fight was like really amazing. I just wish we would have had a bit more of a connection to him. Now, like I've already, or definitely would have mentioned this, but Mikey dies and so does Hiroto, and then we get the ending, which I don't actually like. I feel like it's a bit rushed and very weak, just because Mikey wakes up and he finds his brothers, then they go up topside, and then all of a sudden he meets Casey, and then Splinter. I don't think this is the, this is not a good ending, I'm not going to lie about that. But the story was good, sort of, or the overall story for the series was okay. The flashbacks for this was amazing, but with the afterlife sort of stuff, I felt like it was very rushed and sort of just like, oh, Mikey wakes up and they pretend as if nothing's happened, and then all of a sudden Casey shows up, Splinter shows up, just because they died and stuff like that. I don't think this was a very good, strong ending as it probably could have. Like if I don't know, if I was to do it, I probably would have had like Mikey wake up with his brothers and saying, oh, they did all good job. Then Mikey goes into a room to see Splinter and says like he's like done like a good job and made his family proud and stuff like that. That's how I would have done it, to make it a bit more impactful, make the whole story seem worth it, like the whole mission was really worth it and all that. But it just came off as really bad, just really rushed, and just, oh, Casey died, we need to put him in there. And it just didn't really make what Mikey's, like his story throughout the whole series really that important. It just made it just come off as a bit like, you did that, you died, welcome back. Like, I feel like there was so much room for improvement, specifically in this area. I'll definitely have to say that this is the bit that made this story, or was at the lowest of this series, I would say. But then you get the epilogue, and that's really interesting. Casey is in April mutating turtles to become mutant turtles, and I'm really looking forward to see where that goes. I do hope that this goes into like an ongoing series where the turtles get raised and by like Casey. I thought that could be such an amazing and interesting story, and I do hope that I do take this story and turn it into something as good as Last Ronin, probably better. But wow, I feel like that story has so much potential with what it could potentially tell. But yeah, that's really all we'll get for this for this review. Overall, I thought I'm just gonna do like an overall for this series. Oh boy, I feel like for the most part this story was quite good. There was definitely some high moments in terms of the flashbacks with the art, as well as the stories of how the turtles died. However, I would say that some of them could have been improved upon, such as Leo and Casey 1, all of a sudden they just get blown up. Like, I feel like there's definitely improvement there. Issue 2 and 3 will probably have to be the worst, just because there was just, it was just more like a talkative issue. There's nothing really happening in the present, and when you have like a big delay for like 4 or 5 months, it was sort of a bit off-putting. And like you get like one big issue, the first one really amazing, action-packed. You go to the second one, okay, yeah, got a big fight with this flashback, and nothing really happens in the present. Then the same with issue 3. Then issue 4 is just a big action-packed one. Then you go into the finale. I do feel like the pacing was very off with this series, and there's definitely moments within this series that like definitely needed improved upon. I'm not going to say that this series is the absolute perfect or the best. It had potential to be one of the greatest stories, and while yes it is one of the greatest ones, there is definitely so much that needs to be improved upon in terms of like the pacing and actually getting the comic out there. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Yeah, let me know what you think about this comic yeah, let me know what you think about this comic in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you not? Do you like? What do you think is gonna happen in the next story with this universe? But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you doesn't, please share, like, subscribe, and stuff. Goodbye, yo. Bye.